Yo, yo. Whoa. What's up, everybody? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Because couldn't see me or hear me a little bit ago. I was running some tests, and let's just say it was like the GBall Vision of old, if you were around for that time period at least. Yeah, if you ever get insanely bored and want something to do, highly recommend going and watching some of the very, very old live streams. If nothing else, they'll be uh they'll be pretty entertaining, I should say, at least at the very minimum. Pinecone, what's up, buddy? We are live on the normal stream as well. Got the vertical running and a normal stream for tonight. Or you might buy three. Why don't you turn yourself down? Oh, wrong button. We got it. We got it. Don't worry, everybody. Don't worry. How's everybody doing? You guys alive? Feeling alive? All right, we're good. We got connections. We got audio. Looks like at least 5x5. And we got 5 screens up. Sweet. Cheers to everybody. So here's how we're going to work this. No, I guess we aren't. So there is a members giveaway tonight. That video is up. That video is up. And we'll get a link to it here. Give me a second. Give me a second, would you? We're crying out loud. Sounds good, Pinecone. Where am I at? What am I doing? Oh, okay, here we go. All right, give me 1 second. Hellos are coming to everybody in a minute. There's the members video. Got a cool little giveaway for tonight. And an even cooler giveaway if we hit 25 new members during the stream. We'll get to that in a moment as well. Let's say some hellos here. We got Marco in the crib. What's up, buddy? We got, and Marco's a G-baller. We got Maximus, G-baller. Good to see you. Ground Fog, as always. Talk about a day one, bro. Ground Fog, good to see you, brother. Henry, what's happening, bud? We got Mr. Jamie, G-baller Visionaire, of course. How's it going, brother? Kathleen, member of the G-ballers, good to see you, good to see you. GBall Vision, member of the G-ballers, good to see you. Rolf, member of the G-ballers, good to see you, my bro. Monster Hunter, member of the G-ballers, good to see you. Running late as usual. Angelo, what's happening? Mr. KR, member of the G-ballers, what's happening? Nick Travellini, what's up, brother? Member of the G-ballers, good to see you, good to see you. Trying to make sure I didn't forget anyone. I wonder what the star means over there. Interesting, interesting. So we got Nick Travellini, member of the G-ballers. We got Chris Kitts. What's happening? Yes, those some of the images that I use in thumbnails, some of the emojis for the members, they were created by other people for me or against me, however you want to say it. There's some that are explicitly could not be on YouTube, we'd get in big trouble for some of those. But, yeah, there you go. Actually, as a matter of fact, brother Danny B, he is responsible for the new emblem that I use as my channel emblem. I don't see that unless he's able to change it in some way. I absolutely love my little emblem there. 5x5s, like the do-rag. Yeah, I pretty much rock the do-rag throughout summer. What's happening, Kong? Good to see you. Timmy T, what's happening? Flipping the Ferrum Forge Archbishop. Very nice.
Can I show them the squishies?
Sure, they probably won't know what it is, though. Unless they got a little kid.
I have...
What's up, Fred? Good to see you.
Can you tell them what squishies they are?
They're squishies. I don't know what they are. They're squishy. They're Neatos, she said. Ramses, what's happening, buddy?
I have 2 of them. Pink and a purple.
Pink and purple.
They're glow in the dark.
There's Pinecone, member of the GBALLTPK. Good to see you, brother. What?
They're glow in the dark.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are. They are.
They do?
Yeah.
Well, give me one.
Daddy, they're pink and purple.
So, I like purple. Freddie, what's happening? Fred the Lug, good to see you. Neo McKenzie, member of the G-Ballers. What's up, buddy? Good to see you. We got S. Hines in the crib. What's happening? Coming up on my first job, someone decided to take the plunge with me, with my family, has been working with knives for over 100 years. He decided to bring in a piece with a broken tip. Sweet! Hell yeah, worth $400. Nice! Love to see it. G-Dub, what is happening? Member of the G-Ballers. Barbie EDC, member of the G-Ballers, of course. Somebody said their granddaughters have them, Bubba. So someone probably your age.
Oh.
Neatos. Yeah, they're all the rage right now, I guess. Selling. Everybody's saying hi. Say hi.
Hi.
Little G-Ball.
These are my favorite.
All right, looks like we're caught up. So if you want to, drop in what you're carrying, if you bought anything new, anything like that, we can cover all that. Don Garrett, what's happening? If you guys would like, we're also live on the my normal stream. We're running the vertical just to get people over to the normal stream. You can click on my icon, my channel icon, and that'll take you over to the homepage, and you should be in good shape from there. Don's from Alabama. Very nice. I had a good buddy that I used to work with that was straight from Alabama. One of the funniest dudes I ever met, actually. Hilarious guy. He had that strong Alabama accent. He was funny as hell. But if you looked at him, he didn't look like he was from Alabama, but funny as hell. All right, let's get to some EDCs here. For anybody in the vertical stream, you're more than welcome to come over to the normal stream as well. The cross tat is sweet. Glory to God. Hey, it's good to see you, Rob's Knives and Gear. Good to see you. Appreciate that. Thank you, man. Yeah, it was the first tattoo I ever got, actually. Where is it? Yeah, over here. Got the Trinity up top. Yugi, what is happening? Yugi. I'm carrying the new Green Micarta Vizino Rock Shark I just got in the mail today. It's so nice. Yeah, you know what's cool about them is they spent over a year and a half, a year and some change, getting that knife dialed in, and I can say that they did. It shows in the knife, that is for sure. All the fine little details. That's the blue right there with the belt satin, or it's not a belt satin. It's just a machine satin, I guess. But for like 55 bucks or whatever, they jumped in a pool of massive, companies and knives. But if you go back and watch the unboxing for this particular Rock Shark, I go over some knives that are much more expensive than this one. We go over some of the features, but if, and people will say bug out, raccoon, porcupine, drop bear, bunches of knives. But, as I pull those knives out and look at this knife with those knives, it's maybe a cross of all of those, but it really, even the porcupine, which you could say is maybe the closest, it's not the same. So it is its own thing, and I think they did a superb job. Filler tab, cross cut micarta, really strong crossbar lock. They honed in the 14C. I'm working on, actually, I might be able to talk with the owner right now, but I'm pretty sure they're running that at 60 plus 2. So 60 to 62. Don't hold me to that, but I'm almost 100% sure. I want to find out just because I want to know, as a matter of fact. And don't forget EMP EDC if you're looking for an auto and out the front. John over at EMP just released or is releasing his autos, and they are some good stuff. Is the 14C all right, so that'll be in. We'll find that out here in a few moments. I really want to know. But I agree. Great knife from them. Can't wait to see what they do. And they're really good people as well. Kind of remind me of like a Kaiser Vosteed combination of people, which is really good. And a combination of off-grid knives as well. Blade HQ, Para 3, J Diamond texture with the DLC. Oh, you went with the DLC on that one, PC? I love it, dude. That's what I've been rocking for the last week and a half. Or when, a little while. Finch Cherry Bomb for Barbie. Nice. Ordered a Work Tough Gear V44C for Maximus. Okay. Work Tough Gear is just... goes well with the Blade HQ Jade G10 Satin PM2. Oh, that's right. You did get the satin. So you're like me. You got the Satin PM2. Satin PM2. Right? And we got the DLC Para 3. I mean, I feel really good when I have a Para 3 on me. As like typically the Para 3 I'll keep on me as like my secondary knife. So secondary in size or whatever you want to say. That's what I say, secondary. But it's the main user if I'm carrying the Para 3. It's an amazing knife. Wyoming, would you eat a bald eagle? I would if I needed to. Would you eat a bald eagle? Let's see here. Leatherman Arc, Leatherman Squirt. Gotta love the Squirt. P4, Olight Mini 2, Ultra Spyderco Native 5 LT and 15V. Kunwu Chad PM60. Concept Cosmos in 20CV. Ooh. Tyran and ZDP 189. Yep. outdoor element neck knife, and a Glock 10M. Sweet. Where am I? H or V? I'm so confused. It doesn't matter, buddy, as long as you're here. I'm here. Let's see here. How do you carry all that? Lots of pockets, baby. I can tell you, Dan Stan, what is happening? Good to see you. Good to see you. Member of the G Ballers. Mr. Crow, member of the G Ballers. Mr. Keith, member of the G Ballers. Good to see you. Homer, member of the G Ballers. Good to see you. We got Charles. Good to see you. Satin finishes make me happy as well. I'm rocking my Yakuza, that homie Dan Stizzy. Nice. Yakuza's amazing. That looks like a solid knife. The Para 3. Or what are we talking? Oh, you talking about the Vizino? Yeah, it is. And like I said, I've brought out every knife that somebody has said that it looks like, or that they, some people aren't as open-minded, not at, they're not able to look outside the box in more than one way, if any ways at all. And there's many things in life that people are like that in, but they're like that with the knife world as well. They think because, they're newer, they seem like one knife that looks like that or whatever, that it's the same thing. Well, anyway, as many as people have said that it looks like, I've pulled them all out, and with no success. I have not had any success at finding, what knife they copied, as you would say. And the people are Vizino are really, really nice people as well. Beta, what is happening? Member of the G Ballers. We're over on the normal stream as well, buddy. Just trying to funnel in new people and or direct my normal people who didn't see the stream pop up, because that happens. People that ring the bell tell me, no notifications, and you should be getting notifications every day, several of them, as a matter of fact. Giant Mouse Iona V2 limited edition number 194 of 400, Gerber US 1 Tiny Sog Nikron C1 Light, and a 9mm Smith & Wesson shield for Mr. Neil. I love it. Your camera angle is not that great. Thank you, J Twig. I appreciate that, man. Carrying a custom Siebert Mini Adamas. Ooh, that's sexy. This is the knife that inspired the Benchmade Adamas. Ooh, I love it. Richmond, Virginia. Nice. Good to have you here. Croc 329. I love that. The 329 is really sweet. Really sweet. Almar Moki Japanese Sporting Dagger. This camera angle will change. J Twig, since you're not normally here. But we've been over this. I'm redoing. I don't know if I want to say redoing. I am finishing my studio, and it's not done over here this way. So I don't want to center the camera. This is the angle we've had for a long time. I like it. It's up above. I'm in the center. I mean, what more do you want? You know what I mean? What do you want me to do? Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to eventually move the camera, and then you guys will have a very wide angle of the studio at that point. But we're not there yet. As a matter of fact, it's going to be getting started finishing this Sunday. So I'm pretty stoked about that. Let's see here. But yeah, constantly evolving, constantly updating. We never stop here, baby. I made that vow to my subscribers and members 3 years ago that I would sink any opportunity to upgrade, make things better, get better myself at any turn that we could. Katuo Syndicate M390, Nightcore MT2A, Bull Armory SAS 2 TAC, Casio Mudmaster. Very nice, Mr. Hunter. Para 3 is my absolute fave. I like the Para 3 as well. We got Adventure Man coming in here with 26 damn months. Sorry for the kitty ears out there. We're PG-13 for the most part. We try to keep it family friendly, but there might be a little pissing and shitting here and there. What's going on, everyone? Good to see you, Mr. Adventure Man. A little pissing and shitting once in a while, you know. Where are we at? Pappy Ball, what's happening, Dad? Good to see you. Good to see you. Just here to listen and learn. Well, you probably won't learn a whole lot. Betta found us. Good to see you, brother. Member of the G-Ballers. Yeah, links don't work in the vertical. It's stupid as hell. Let's see here. Yeah, I mean, these guys teach me every weekend, and gals. Lion, not a sheep. What's up, y'all? I'm here listening, but I'm driving at the moment, so if I don't respond, just know I'm not ignoring you. Lion Sheep is driving, but he's still listening, so you can say hello, but don't expect him to give you a personal hello back because he's driving. You have 3 streams going at the same time. It should only be 2. Should only be 2. Oh, you mean GBall Vision Survival. Good call, dude. Little selfless promotion here. Good call, bud. Little selfless promotion for GBall Vision Survival. If you are not subscribed over to my other channel, would you be a dear fellow? Why don't you go over there and give me a little subscribe button? We're on our way to 10K. You can go over there, click on like a short or something, hit the thumbs up, and then hit the subscribe button. It's free, you know. It's what I try to get across to people in my normal videos. It's free. It's free. Carl, what is happening? Good to see you. Good to see you. Scored a treasury of knife tools from Schrade Factory tool auction years ago. Damn. Now that's cool. I like Schrade. So before like a year ago, when Kershaw really started to put the pedal to the metal, I thought Schrade might have the ability in the U.S. market to start putting out bangers in the $100 to $200 range. And they seemed like they was gonna get there, be there, start to go there. And then they kind of just, you know, leveled off. And so, you know, I think it's safe to say and sad to say that the owners there, you know, because now they're owned by like a big, I don't know what you want to say, like a big conglomerate or whatever. They're more worried about money than putting out innovative, sweet ass knives, you know. I have a Nip L on the way with extra purple hardware. I'm super excited. I also have a Neptune on the way. So excited I can't sleep. Yeah, buddy. The Neptune I've heard nothing but good things about, and I'm sure the Nip L will be good. Kevin and Colin wouldn't put out they would not put out a subpar knife other than the original Growler, but I like that one too. I like the original. Little budget knife. I liked it though. 24K subs tonight. Well, not unless we get, you know, some YouTube grace and they actually put the damn stream, you know, out there in front of people. But no, we probably will not hit 24K during the stream. But in the members video, I say that we're about to hit 24. We're like 50 subs away. So it won't be long, a couple days or whatever. But once, and we'll do a little 24K giveaway or whatever at that point. But when GBall Vision hits 25K, we already completed the first part of the goals, which was GBall Vision Survival to 5K. I didn't know which would come first, the 25 or the 5K. And GBall Vision Survival just is going through the roof. You know, just a secondary backup channel type of deal. At this point in time, I have plans for it in the future once I get control of this channel, if I ever do, or GBall Vision, if I ever get control again. But we're going to have a big 25 and 5K shindig whenever that happens. Maybe we'll get a little crazy that night, that Saturday night. I can see it from here. It'll be wicked. Fred, sadly I did not make it. Lehigh is very, you know, close driving distance. Sadly, I didn't make it. I've been wanting to go to that damn show for 3 years, and every time it seems to creep up, and then, you know, it's tough. It's tough with the situation. I got 2 youngins. They're both in school. They're both in sports. You know, it's what I do is I spend every waking moment pretty much doing this. So it is what it is, I suppose. It'll be a 101 because of the colorway I chose. Nice. Shaw T, what's happening, bud? We're over in the normal stream as well, if you want to swing over there, man. Today's carry, Buck 112 Ranger, Tuya BE, Be Sexy, and Tiny Dancer Fixie from Tenable or Concept. Very nice. I like it. You are the reason I know about the Neptune. Thank you so much. No problem. No pants, no knife. TMI. Douglas, what's happening? You are the only reason I know about the Uranus and Neptune. Now I have both. Yeah, I think those would be great options for like $120 OTF. My Pitbull found an original Surefinger dagger. Nice. Got a steak dinner. Sweet. There's Shaw T. He found us. Please come to Lehigh show in September. Bring the kids. It's very kid-friendly. We had 3D printed frame lock knives at our table, and another kid had 3D printed balisongs. Oh, sweet. What, you got your own table, Fred, or you working a table? September, huh? September. So there is, no wonder I feel like I've missed so many, because there's a couple a year. At least, what, 2? 2 a year? Is that what the deal is? We could do that. I think we could do that. September. Let me write it down here. Let me write it down on my little note card. With my $130 tactile turn pen. It gets used though. It gets used. I don't know about $130 worth, but all right. We got it wrote down. And what I do? I hit something on the keyboard. Okay. Tenable Tiny Dancer. Yeah, okay. Did Concept do those too, or was it? Yeah, they did premium ones. So it was both. right? Sammy's late, buddy's here. Hey, I'm late too, buddy. Altered Sky, what is happening? Both members of the G-Baller family. Good to see you, fellas. Let's see. I know you're kidding, sorta. I know you're kidding, sorta. I was working at a table with a friend, then we decided to buy a table and have a few show and tell with buddies. Oh, cool. Are you planning on doing that at the next one as well? Anyone heard of Penrose knives? I was thinking about their new one called the Stasis in aluminum 154 for $99. No, I have not. I've not seen that one. What I did want to go look at though. Let me see. No, she didn't answer. I will keep you posted though. However, on Lisa, what is happening? Good to see you. If you want to come over to the other stream, you're more than welcome to. We got the vertical running, but I got the main stream up and running as well. The horizontal, if you will. The full screen. So I did want to, I'll show you, and then we'll go look at it here as soon as I figure out how to do it. Where am I at? Oh, there we are. Let's see. I thought I was a member. What the heck? Well, become a member. There you go. So just recently, like I said in the members video, if you win one giveaway, even the normal giveaways like tonight's, which I'll show you in a minute, it pays for the membership for the entire year. You know what I mean? And if you win any of the other giveaways, like when we do a 25 new members, like if we hit 25 or whatever, that pays for a lifetime of GBall Vision memberships right there. So it's easily worth it. There's no question. So Tenable released the Goblin, baby. If you haven't seen it, it is dope as shit. It's the large, not the XL, but it's still a beautiful size. I mean, it's a full size knife. They released them in micarta. I said send me the bronze blade with the pink champagne aluminum or rose gold, whatever you want to say. I'm just a sucker for them bronze blades. I can't help it. I have so many of those bad boys. But I love them. I can't get enough of that bronze PVD, especially when it's done really well. So there it is. They got like 4. Boy, I need to do something with this desktop to make it faster. I'm just too quick for this thing. And what's cool is you can go over, pick up one of them goblins. Let's see here. There we go. And you can get the aluminum for like $63 or so after the discount. Or you can go with the micarta and pick that bad boy up for like $54. Ooh, they got the regular champagne aluminum too. I like that one as well with the Damascus. But I went with I said, let me get that rose gold and the bronze, baby. Now, what we'll be showing here in a few moments is, in an upcoming unboxing is what I mean, the Tenable Bison. Phenomenal knife. I think Timmy T has one of those, and maybe some other people as well. I think Rolf, you got one too as well, I believe, a Bison from Concept. But Concept has had a killer year and a half, the last year and a half. But Tenable has equally had a superb year. Not only doing their own thing, but also putting out old concept, premium concepts, and putting them out in quality budget materials and just killing it. Like Fenrir, now the Goblin. They just recently put the Bison up as well, which, like I said, we'll be taking a look at that on the channel here this week probably. They've done the Fenrir in like 3 or 4 different blade steels, 3 different locking mechanisms, uh, all kinds of different handle materials. I mean, just having a killer year. And on top of that, the Link just recently came out as well, which Concept did. That's a triple stripe design. I like triple stripe stuff. Um, but they've had a killer year, and they're also doing like EDC gear and stuff. They've released some stuff like pry bars, uh, fidgets, and some various stuff. And now they're also doing. Oh, and by the way, the tenable. What is it? The tenable. It right there. All right, let's go look at that. The Loki slipped my mind. The tenable Loki it won Best Factory Fixed Blade at Blade Show Texas. Uh, and I showed the Altum Damascus on the channel a while back. It is an awesome, out of the box budget knife, semi budget, or whatever you want to say. You can argue with yourself. But did I say they're doing aftermarket scales as well? So they're doing, and not for every single knife, but they've done quite a few, and that's something else that's awesome. So they're really starting to round off their catalog, and I couldn't be happier with Tenable and Concept. All right, Freddie, I wrote a note. I'll have to talk to Mrs. GBall, but she'll be down, so we can make a plan to go. I've been wanting to go. It's just a matter of lining things up. Whether we all come or it's just me, we'll have to figure that out, but I will make it to another one. They're being OEM by Best Tech, so they should be good. I thought you were also Lando party in the vertical, dude. No, I don't party in the vertical. That's just one more chat I gotta piss with. Member of the G-Ballers, of course. Lion, not a sheep, becoming a G-Baller. Look at that. There is a member video up as well. We got Zebra. Pen is Zebra, $6. Hey, that just means you're smart. If you knew how much money I spent on gear, it would make you throw up, and it would make me throw up as well. And I mean, like useless gear. Well, not useless. All of it's useful, but stuff I didn't need to get, right? $500-600 in pens, probably not, the best decisions, but TJ, member of the GBallers, good to see ya. Good to see you. Lisa found her way over here. Good to see you, Lisa. Michael, what is happening? What is happening? Give me one schmecking. Now we're back. Sav, what's happening? What's that say? Liddy, what is happening? See, I knew this tablet would come in handy. This is my 4th screen, or whatever you want to say. Let's see here. They only 60 to 100 bucks. Wow, I just think it's an ugly knife. What are we talking about? The Goblin? In the glow in the dark would be sweet. The Bison is very sick. Rolf's got the purple and black coated blade Bison. Good memory. I almost forgot. I got a mind like a steel trap with a big ass hole in it. Some stuff I can retain it and it'll stay in there forever, but there is a lot of shit that, you know, leaks out of that trap. I want to check out the Feldspar top liner lock. Well, someday we'll be giving one of those away, TJ. Crossley, member of the G-Ballers. What is a happening? TJ gifting a membership to Mr. Shaw T. Welcome to the G-Ballers. Thank you, brother TJ. Appreciate that, brother man. Appreciate that, brother man. How much is what? Homezilla, what is happening? All good, brother. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I like the fact that, you know, they are doing a bunch of different stuff, but killing their primary reason of existing, and that's knives. But, you know, hey, G, what do you think about the PEI handles? I like the feel. Well, that comes down to, like, the texturing. You know what I mean? Like, there's PEI out there that's smooth as butter. You know what I mean? So, it's not that Altum or PEI is textured. It's just that given company is texturing it. I will tell you that originally, and for many, many months, a very long time, I did not like Altum whatsoever. Didn't like it. And I still don't like the medium dark. I don't like the real dark. The only Altum I don't mind is the very light, almost see-through stuff. Now, the clear acrylic, I like that stuff. The clear, I like, which we just showed with the Kaiser Buddy on a video. When did that go out? Anybody know? When did the Kaiser Buddy video go up? Yesterday? But this is based off the fixed blade Buddy. This is the Buddy 2 for the people over on the vertical. AEBL, satin finish, machine satin, and then it's got the clear acrylic. You can see the internal workings of the crossbar lock. You know, you can see all the good stuff going on. So I like the clear, the clear acrylic. What's up, Nicole? But the Altum, it's okay. You know, it's all right. But you can get good texturing on anything. Yeah, we're staying on the horizontal, bro. It's just like micarta and Vizina. This crosscut micarta is insanely grippy. Natural, like, not the color, but just natural micarta is already pretty grippy. And then you throw in these side cuts or these various textures, and micarta becomes very grippy. Even with, like, a bloody, sweaty hand, whatever. You want to talk about good grip? Aside from the new pair of 3s and PM2s with the diamond texture, this is some of the best texturing, you know, off the top of my head that I can think of. This Jade G10 with the diamond texture, though, that Spyderco did, it's the best G10 I've ever handled. Not because of the Jade by any stretch, but because of the quality of the G10 and the texture of the G10, it's so good. The Goblin is ugly to me. Yeah, I can see it. Some people aren't a big fan of sheep's foots or Warncliffs or tall sheep's foots like that. What's up, Scoob?
Good night.
Oh, you going to bed?
Yeah.
I love you, Scoob. I'll be back to tuck you in a little bit, okay?
Okay.
Love you.
Love you. Good night, Ted. Good night, Dada.
Good night, buddy. Love you.
Love you.
I'll just say, I used to feel like that as well when I, 5 or 6 years ago, 7 years ago. I wasn't a huge fan of sheepsfoots or Warncliffs. I just didn't think they were attractive. Much like Spyderco, you know. I didn't see. It wasn't until I saw the light that I became a Spyderco fan. Name that movie. But once once you get it and start to appreciate the tool, the aesthetic starts to make so much more sense. Like a lot of people think these are weird or ugly or whatever, and they are in a way odd looking. But and I've had in the last month and a half since these new Spydercos came out, and I got another Spyderco video coming soon on a completely different Spyderco, so that'll be cool. But it's not until you get it in your hand and experience it, and that starts to answer a lot of the questions you may have. Now, if you ultimately get one and end up not liking it for various reasons, then that's fine. There's people I've talked to who have said similar things, but the overwhelming majority of people who first try out a Spyderco, maybe they don't become Spyderco fanboys and that's all they buy, but they start to realize and appreciate, Spydercos for what they are. And they're comfortable. I'm a fan of Spyderco, but I'm not like, it just is what it is. But production heat treats are phenomenal. They use a variety of steels. Yeah, they don't do a ton of new designs. But just based on the PM2 and Para 3, they could do different blade shapes and some various other things. And really, I don't know what the hell they're doing, but they could do that type of stuff with all the different steels. But they're slicey, they're well built, USA made, they slice well, they're, almost always going to be tough because you have that full height, flat grind. They're very comfortable. The layouts of the handles are really nice. And then as far as the pocket clip goes, from a carry standpoint, they're phenomenal. They work really well. As far as ergonomics go, they work really well. And access to the knife is very good also. It's just the aesthetics that some people are iffy about, but that doesn't take anything away from the clip that they use. There's a reason they use it. It's because it works really well for a knife that you want a good carry on, you want easy access to, all that type of stuff. You want good ergonomics. Like that's what it lends itself to being. It's not an aesthetic type of clip. It's a utility type clip. What's up, Sav? Rolling on the mobile tonight. We were getting beat with some storms. Power is out. Yeah, we were having trouble with connection issues earlier. What's up, B Shady? I like Altum just because it feels nostalgic and looks cool. I don't mind the clear stuff, but the lighter Altum. But I'm not a huge fan of the dark shit. The Kunwu Black PI is pretty cool, but they want way too much for it. Yeah, I heard that as well. Phil Pink, appreciate you for the kind words. You can only have one knife. What would it be and why? I don't know, dude. I don't know. Just had my Rock Shark show up in Altum. What do you think, TJ? Let us know. Let us know. If I could only pick one knife, I mean, I just... you know, I I don't know. What am I taking it for? Just because? Is it to actually do work with? Is it because the world ended and, you know, they're coming over the mountains? Or what are we talking about? Yes, the new Monster Glidemans are really good. They have the side texture, the cross cut, as I call it. I'm finding out that I'm not a fan of my card. It feels really cheap to me. Well, I guess it depends. There is levels to it. I will say that there is levels to it, and you know, thank your lucky stars that it's not 2021 because the chances of a company using pretty shitty micarta was very high. Like good micarta was far and few between. And even companies like Kaiser, who would occasionally use some good micarta, they would also, in turn, on other designs, use real shitty stuff. But I would say the overwhelming majority is good quality stuff. You know, like PEI and your G10s and your FRNs, those are all plastics and those aren't, you know, so unless you bump up to aluminum or titanium, but I don't think, you know, it's all personal preference. But like back to the Wixco or the Wixco, the Vizino, the Rock Shark. I saw somebody's comment about Wixco. This is like really good quality stuff. You can just tell by the look and the feel. Now there's all kinds of different micartas as well. You know, there's like the resin micarta that's ultra smooth that you see in like, and there's levels to those smooth micartas as well. There's some that almost are like a wax look. There's some that are real smooth but they don't have that wax. And then there's like really furry stuff. There's so many levels to micarta. Anyone else get in on the Wixco Jugger? I couldn't resist. The blade shaping CF is just sick. Yep, my video will be dropping on it within a matter of the next couple of days. It is very sick and very well done. Excellent job from Wixco and Monster. They absolutely are slaying it right now. Yeah, that is a good knife. While we're thinking about it, why don't we go over there and see what the hell's going on? I will probably hang out till 11:30. We'll have to play it by ear. You know what I'm saying? But I would say, you know, based off my example of one here, Shoddy, you're going to be pleasantly surprised with this one. What up, Papa Rhino? Good to see you, bud. Origin Spear, what is happening? If you guys want to come over to the mainstream, I'm also doing a horizontal. Ghost Keeper, what is happening? Good to see you. I have 15 Altum pieces. Big fan. Yeah, some people absolutely love the Altum. It's, you know, I have a ton of Altum knives at this point, but there's stuff that you know, micarta would be one of them. Like, as far as more affordable stuff, I like micarta. Really good G10 would also top Altum for me. I like the acrylics, the clear acrylics, which is very similar to. It's all damn near the same. You know what I mean? You know, with a micro change here and there, but FRN, G10, PEI, they're all like plastics of some kind, you know. But What am I doing? Oh, okay. That's what we're doing. So this is Wixco, if you haven't heard of them. They are a newer company doing more budget oriented stuff from 50 to now at this point a buck 20, let's just call it. But with this recent release of the jugger. Uh, but after the 10% discount code, you know, uh, it goes down closer to what? Like $100 or whatever. For this type of carbon fiber, the type of finishing work they're doing, I'd say that's pretty good. I think, yeah, no, I don't got that one. That one looks badass though. Which one do I got here? Oh, I got this one right here, which also looks badass. Uh, it is a button plunge lock, but it's really well. You'll see it's really well done. You'll see in the video. There's a few select companies who can do a plunge lock very well. One of them is Katuo and Reich when they do it once in a while. CJRB and Artisan, which I think, we're going to see most companies start to phase button locks out. Just maybe not completely, but they're going to be pretty limited, I think, moving into after 2026 is over, which we're almost damn near to the halfway point. But I think we'll pretty much see them with a couple throughout the year from certain companies, and I think that'll be the extent of it. But they can be done. We've had this talk before. They can be done right. They can be done well also. They can be done so they have a good, strong lockup. And they can be done so they have a good feeling deployment as well. Just like this knife right here, the Jugger. It's got a big ass blade. It's heavy. I think the stock on this bad boy was like 130, 140. And it came down like 18 thousandths or so. So nice and slicey. Good size, comfortable as hell, good materials, fit and finish. They're putting in some good work over there at Wixco. Yeah, it all depends on what it is, I would say. Yeah, Homezilla, and I have had quite a few people over the last month and a half. I don't know if I finished my sentence over there. What's up, Casey? I've had a bunch of people who just got their first Spydercos, whether it was the PM2 or the Para 3 on those drops. At least a half dozen, if not maybe more, of people who got their first Spyderco, who were skeptical or whatever, picked it up and absolutely love it. Or there's some people who have like a budget cheap Spyderco and they bought like one of the PM2s or Para 3s and absolutely love it. I would say it's rare. It happens, but I would say it's rare as an open-minded person to wonder what the fuss is all about with the Spydercos. Pick one up. I think the person is like, it's got to be 8 times out of 10, if not 9 times out of 10, that the person is like, oh, shit, I get it. I get it now. And then I think there's maybe like a 1.5 out of 10 chance that the person's like, oh, I still don't like this shit, But I think that's very rare. Whether the person, we're not saying like becoming the ultimate fanboy and that's all the person buys or whatever. Just in general, like, oh, I understand now. It's a comfortable, easy to carry, slicey, tough beast that's USA made. All the materials are excellent. The HRC and the process for the steel, very good. You know, just grabbed the jugger for 80. Very nice, Ghost Keeper. If you guys in the vertical want to come over to the horizontal stream, you're more than welcome to. I'm not a fan of the blade shape of the Spyderco. I don't think I'll ever own one. I mean, they do have a lot of other shapes aside from the PM2 and Parrot 3, but I generally get it if you don't like that kind of leaf-shaped look to it. Gee, does that CF on the jugger sparkle? Well, that ain't going to be the best representation there, but it's good-looking stuff. I will say that. For a knife that is, you know, at $100 or less, I would say this is superb stuff right here. I mean, this could easily, if the steel was a super steel, this knife would be 200 bucks, you know, 150 to $200 plus, probably like 180 to 220 with that super steel. But they're able to keep it a little lower with the 14C. And I'm pretty sure they run, somebody can correct me, but I'm pretty sure they run theirs. Let me look here. I mean, you guys can look with me. Okay, they run at 59 to 61, which is good. Like, that's good. That's good. It's not perfect. 60 to 62 would be even better. But 59, 14C has a huge range it can be treated to. It just depends on what you're trying to accomplish. Based on everything I've read, experienced, seen others experience, anything above a 69 or a 59, I'm sorry. So anything from like a 59 to a 62 is going to be good to go. It's going to be ultra tough. It's going to have amazing corrosion resistance. It's one of the toughest steels that there is, 14C. If that's something that you value or need or whatever, 14C is the top of the list. There's only like a handful of steels. It's in the top 3 or 4 for the toughest knife steels you can get your hands on. And then it's also in like the top 7 most corrosion resistant steels. So by all accounts, that's pretty damn super if you factor in everything across the board. But the reason it's not is because it's so accessible, it's so easy to work with, and it's very inexpensive to get. So therefore, it just becomes a budget steel, another steel, right? But if that knife was harder to work with, more expensive, you know, say we never knew any better, and 14C was a more expensive steel, you know, it'd be kind of like Vanex is with its ultra corrosion resistance, but like 14C isn't that far behind Vanex, and it's way tougher. Now, Vanex has a little bit better edge retention, but Vanex is also routinely $200 to $250 more as well. So, it better have some decent edge retention, right? Temple Tipper, Bomber, and Gideon, they all came with my Carta, and I cannot carry those. The Tipper has the aluminum scales on it now, but the lock chews up my thumb. On the Tipper? Really? I mean, it's chamfered nice and deep and everything. The Tipper chews your thumb up? I love the Tipper. In this exact version, actually. The bronze blade, of course, and the micarta. Hey, that's the way it's going to go, though. There's times where you think you might like something, and you get it, and you're like, you know. It's going to happen. If you're a collector, a knife enthusiast, someone who buys knives often, you're going to run into stuff where you thought you might like it or you wanted to try it and you just ultimately don't like it for whatever reason. Paul Mills, what is happening, brother? Member of the G Ballers. Good to see you. Good to see you. So anyway, that is Wixco's latest couple releases. The Phoenix here looks really sweet. We'll be taking a look at that at some point as well. You know, in a future video. I just have a lot of stuff to do. A lot of stuff to do. Next up on my list, I know I've been saying it for a while, but I'm busy as hell. But I got 2 gun safe videos that are coming. I got 2 to 3 more gear and gadget videos that'll be like big back to back, you know, several awesome things over the next couple of weeks. The EDC update video that I whined and complained about a week ago is doing very well. That bad boy went over 5,000 views this morning, so I'm pretty happy about that. Yeah, I think Spyderco would be a valid option to scope out. Yeah, I'll have to check out that Max Ace. What's up, G-Dub? Wanted to let you know I am enjoying both the Katuo Venner and Nedfoss Pro Elf. I'm looking at getting my first Spyderco now. Hell yeah, G-Dub. Good to see you, bud. Member of the G-Ballers, of course. Cannot forget that. I'm trying to remember to do that. You know what I mean? You guys deserve it. Well, that's the other thing, Shoddy. A lot of people, so you can't base, and I know it's hard to not do this, but you can't base everything just on the action, especially out of the box, and even more so on knives that are washer based. And even more on top of that, knives that have a coating on them that are washer based. So like this Spyderco, almost always, because it's coated and because it's on washers and because the tolerances are so tight, it's going to require either you break it in, which is going to take several days to a week or two, just depending on how much you flick it and stuff. But mine is almost, once it breaks free from that all the way open position, you can see it's kind of still tight. It needs broken in. But once I give it like a little juice, it's really smooth. But after another week or so, this bad boy is going to be smooth as hell. It just requires a little bit of break-in. You got to give it just a little bit of time. Now, you can get lucky with the satins, and there's been times where I've gotten them right out of the box, and they're smooth as butter. But I've had a couple where they needed a little bit of break-in as well. And I try to recommend to people, especially with Spydercos, I found this the best for me personally. But don't take it apart right away, and don't oil it right away. Manipulate it for a couple of days at minimum. Try to deal with it not being drop shutty, and keep flicking it, keep pissing with it, and give it a couple of days. Let those washers and everything break in as they need to. And then, at that point, if you want to put some oil in it, you want to take it apart. Now, if you put the washers in the opposite way, you might be re-breaking it in again, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. But break them in a little bit before you take it apart, unless there's like, it's gritty as hell or something like that. But if it's just a little tight, not dropping shut, let that bad boy go and continue messing with it, and it will become smooth as butter. It'll be as smooth as, you know, it'll be like bearings, almost, with a little different feel. But they do break in, and they get smooth. But they can just, it can take some time with those washers and coated blades. Yeah, I could see that. That's still not a reason not to try one out, or, you know, try a couple out. Metal Relic Art, what is happening? Should be N690 on the Juggernaut. That would be pretty sweet, I would say, shoddy. And that's the, we've had a little comeuppance of N690, which I'm pretty happy about. Kaiser with the Renaissance. Vlastede has done it recently with, what'd they do it with? Vlastede's done it recently. There's a couple companies who have put out some N690. And we went over this before, I think, or I've went over it in videos at least. Bowler N690 performs like 154, if not a little better, similar to VG10. The reason you don't see it much is because it's a little harder to work with, and it's more expensive to use than 14C, Nitro V, 154. It's just more expensive to use, Bowler N690. So that's why it's not, you don't see it much or a whole lot, because, not because it's a bad steel or not a good steel. It's just because it's more expensive, and companies don't want to, they don't want to pay to work with more expensive stuff or use more expensive stuff. So that's a reason why you don't see it. It is every bit as good as 154 and VG10. Cheap micarta feels more solid than good micarta. I guess it depends on what time period we're talking about. The tipper pinches my thumb every time I close the blade. Really? What, like behind the liner? How are you coming in from the side? Or how are you? Huh. Are you talking about the tenable? Or the frame lock variant? Must be the tenable. That's odd. That sucks. I love the tipper. I love the crazy design. Crazy blade. Yeah, that's true, Shoddy. Yeah, if it's too slippery for you to hang on to, then it's not good, no matter what it is. Hey, Keith, that's that's a good motto, though. You know what I mean? They all have their place, and they can all be successful, even with a lesser heat treat. Let's just say it's not exactly where it needs to be. Maybe it's a little less. Yeah, you're not going to get all the performance out of it that you could, but it, within reason, it's still going to be decent. I bought something really dumb but really fun, the Corvid Mini liner lock. I specifically didn't want the frame lock, black and red carbon fiber scales. Unpopular opinion, but I love it. You'd be surprised how many people liked the Corvid series, from the fixed blades to the big folders and all the other folders they did. They were really popular. That's why they did so many of them in so many different styles. They were surprisingly very popular. Some way, what is happening? Good to see you. Good to see you. Tipper liner lock punches my thumb no matter what. Yeah, that sucks. That sucks. The Renaissance is really nice. I like the Renaissance quite a bit. I think it is being overlooked on a massive scale. I've got knives for the job thing. Oh, yeah, okay, we talked about that. Okay. I thought I missed something, but yeah, I mean, you can literally get, as far as the scale material goes, there can be knives no matter what it's made out of. FRN, G10, micarta, aluminum, titanium, all of them. You can get stuff that is slippery in any one of them materials. You know what I mean? It just kind of depends. It's going to depend on your hand first and foremost, and then how that material is finished and all that sort of thing. I've never found really, because my hands are pretty strong. I've done construction my entire life. I have a good grip. Like if I grab something, I got a pretty good grip on it, no matter what. Even like smooth aluminum, it's something I actually had to kind of, because I could never understand when people would say like the Malibu was slippery, or this or this or that was real slippery. I never felt that way, you know, but over time I've learned that, some people's hands just don't work well with certain materials. That's just the way that it goes. Uh, you just gotta, that's part of the collecting experience is figuring stuff out. I did want to also go over here and talk about this guy real quick. Speak of the devil. There he is. Real Steel come out with a couple of bangers in the under $100 price range and in the more premium range. They've put a couple knives out in Vanex. One of them we've already looked at. The other one we will be looking at soon. What's up, Budget Blade, BBR? What's up, buddy? Good to see you, man. Glad you could swing through. But the new Vina right here. Some of you maybe have seen the video on it or a video on it. It is, like it says here, an integral G10 handle. So we don't get to see a whole lot of those. We don't get to see a whole lot of integral G10 or any integral handles. I mean, even still, even if we include titanium, there's more than there was a year ago or whatever, but there's still just not that many integral knives. And Real Steel put the Vina out. The only other one was that Kaiser that I can think of that they did a year ago or so. But the Vina here is freaking sweet. It's in Nitro V. It's got a nice machine satin. Pokey, slicey as all hell. SRM, OEM. So you know you're getting a good heat treat. You know you're getting a sharp as shit knife out of the box. It's going to be completely ambidextrous. Got a clean show side pivot. Like it's a good looking, good feeling knife. Easy to carry. The knife is sweet. Very comfortable. This choil here is a really nice touch. Spring strength is really nice on this bad boy. They absolutely slayed the Vina. Also, there's Ghost Keeper. Darkwing for the win. We can take a look at the Darkwing here. We will be actually taking a real good look at that this week, Homezilla, because I will have something coming on that exact knife. Can't believe no talk about the Mr. Design Phantom. I got it today, scored it off the bench for 130. I haven't even heard of that. An XL tipper would be badass, in my opinion. Betta, you might be better suited if if it's too small for you, then this wouldn't be a good idea. But I was gonna say, because of the pinching your finger thing, the frame lock version might be the way to go. I mean, I don't think it's not a huge knife, but it's not small. I mean, what size is that? Yeah, I mean, it's just under 3.5. I mean, it's not a small knife, but it ain't huge though either. No. An XL would be epic in this knife. And if they did a button frame lock or something, or a button liner lock with that knife, oh man. The Batwing, we'll be taking a look at that one here in a minute as well. That is also one on my list to take a look at. But they just put out the Real Steel, just put out the Destra, which is a cool knife. It's got the thumb disc. They put out some new Exorcists. They've put out several slip joints. And here's the other guy I wanted to take a look at. This is a brand new release. Just came out recently. You can get a belt satin Van X super clean blade with a titanium handle and accents at $285. Plus a 5% discount if you use my code. Not a whole lot off, but a little something. It'd probably take it down to like what, $270-ish. And for a brand new release in Van X and titanium, that is a badass combo. Typically, we see new releases in Van X at 300. Easy. So they did them in satin and stonewash. I'll be having a video out on that very, very soon. There's only so much time in a day, and there's only so many videos that YouTube will push out there. I can't put like 7 videos out every day, or otherwise I would. Let's go ahead. Since we were talking about the Vina, let's bring that bad boy up. And there we go. Where am I at? Level 1 up, Blessed. What's happening? If you guys want to pop over to the normal stream, you can. But there is the Vina now. That integral basically gives this a full-length backspacer feel. And you guys know how I am with my backspacers. It makes the knife so much more comfortable because you don't have to deal with any gap back here. And not that gaps are bad or uncomfortable, but they can be an obstacle in your grip. And a full-length backspacer or close to one, or these integrals, really start to seal the deal on ergonomics. And then that 50/50 choil behind that edge is really nice. But yeah, I like this thing. I like Real Steel and SRM. I like SRM, and Real Steel is basically a product of SRM. The next knife I wanted to take a look at, some of you guys already were talking about it. That is the Batwing from Trivisa. They just released these recently. They did a large version, like you see right here, and then they did what they're calling a smaller version. So this is like almost 3.5 inches of blade. The smaller one is 2.99 inches. So they did one that would work in 3-inch and under areas. But you want to talk about another knife that is really comfortable. It's got that big butt swell, and if you have a little bit larger hands, it fills out the hand nicely. And then we went over the blade in the unboxing, but I love the character of this blade. I like the nice ramp that it has. Without these 3 characteristics, this would look very simple. But because of these 3 characteristics, the ramp, the nice tall flat here, and then the very tall long-running swedge from that flat gives this a very cool look to it. Kind of similar to the Goblin, but I would say a much, well, I would say it's a meaner looking blade almost. I mean, they're different blades, but they're similar. If you only look at the edge, they're going to act pretty similar. The Batwing is going to be able to pierce better, but they're going to act pretty similar. So that is the Batwing. We can go take a look at those here in a moment as well. I think you can pick them up for we can take a look at the Brat. I couldn't think of it. Good call. We'll take a look at the Darkwing also. We got Darkwings, we got Batwings, we got all kinds of stuff for you. We got all kinds of stuff here. Just Nate, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. Anybody in the vertical? Hello. You can come over to the horizontal stream. We're partying over there like there's no tomorrow. And they released the Batwing in a bunch of different flavors and 2 different sizes, a couple different blade finishes. You can get machine satin, you can get stonewash, you can get my favorite, the bronze PVD, and you can get black wash. They did different micartas. The G10, this one, whether it's the small or large, are we looking at them? Oh, you guys ain't even looking at this shit. Bunch of different finishes for the blades, different hand materials, Ultim, micarta, G10. Really, really sweet G10. This is the version I have here. And the innovation they've put into G10 over the last 6 to 12 months, at least what they put out onto the market, you know, so it's innovation from a year and a half, 2 years ago, probably, but it's now coming out to the market, is superb stuff. I mean, the shit almost looks like it's carbon fiber. And this isn't like laminated stuff, guys. This is G10, a full thick sheet of G10 that damn near looks like it's some sort of weave carbon fiber or something like that, right? But this version right here, the one I have, is an absolute killer version. Love it. I could see going with the textured G10 one here looks pretty sweet too. But they all look pretty good. I will say that. But my favorite, I do like the Ultim and satin hardware, that with the light Ultim. This is the kind of Ultim I don't mind. You know, this is the one I like, I would say. It's more see-through, it's lighter, you know what I mean? This one I don't mind, especially with the right combination of blade and hardware. The satin blade and satin hardware with the Ultim I like. And then I also like this type of Ultim with like a completely murdered outlook with like black liners, black hardware, and a sharp looking black blade. I really like that as well. Not a big fan of stonewashed and Ultim, but you know. Yeah, let's take a look at the Darkwing here. I mean, I like Tantos. Level on Up made it over. Blessed made it over. Yeah, they got medium and large of those. All right, let's look. Oh, if you if you want to go over there and look at something and pick it up, Well, I got you. I've seen like 4 people pick up a rock shark in the last like half hour. Ba, ba, ba. I'm still, the Darkwing is staying close by because I absolutely love this knife as well. Just as you guys do. I love this thing. It's so wild that it just makes a lot of sense. People over on the vertical. Yeah, come over to the regular stream, brother. Just Nate, member of the G Ballers. So that is the, not the Batwing, but the Darkwing from Artisan, who has had a killer year already. CJRB and Artisan have had a good year. Not putting out a ton of stuff every month, but the stuff they've put out, the Fragger Rock, the Darkwing here, the Tortoise or whatever the hell, that crazy tall sheep's foot, and then CJRB has done the Tundra, the Double Tap. I mean, some good stuff. Their glow in the dark line has been very popular. The G10 glow in the dark. But yeah, I really like this knife as well. So nasty. Husky, what's happening? If you want to come over to the normal stream, you're more than welcome to. That is the Artisan Darkwing right there, though, baby. Front flipper is money. Thumb flick it. And reverse flick it all day. It's got a cutout stud combo. And it's got that front flipper. And then they put out the Fragger Rock with Wayne's World. And that knife is really sick as well. I was watching your video on the Batwing in the car with my kids, and my son started quoting the movie Waiting about the Batwing. If you know, you know. I do know. I do. That's a good movie. Waiting. I haven't seen that in a minute. Ryan Reynolds. That's got a good cast in it, though, actually. Other than just Ryan Reynolds. That's got a good cast. Mickey coming in with a GBall Vision membership and blessed picking it up. He must be feeling blessed. There we go. Thank you, brother man. Appreciate you. You just described the Tri-Stash. How'd I do that? Yeah, if you like the tipper design, that might be the way to go. The frame lock. A dark Batwing. Yeah, button liner locks are good. My favorite is the button liner lock with access. So like what Katuo did with the Griffin. I think that's like the creme de la creme. Creme de la creme. So a button liner lock with access. This is easily one of the best knives to come out in the last couple of years under $100, in my opinion. Under $100. It's got titanium accents, beautiful G10, carbon fiber inlays. Some of them have other inlays, but this one has carbon fiber. And then it's got a hand satin 14C28N drop point, pokey as all hell blade. And it's really nice. So I like button liner locks. Those are kind of like the top of the food chain for me. I'm a big fan of the Vanker lock, but I like button frame locks probably second. We just don't see them a ton. But button frame locks and button liner locks are my top two. Then the Vanker lock, and then the button compression lock. So.
I'm good.
Okay. I'll be back in a couple minutes.
What about your oyster?
I just had a couple minutes. Love you.
Can I scream it?
No. No. Love you.
Love you. Love you.
Love you. No. Okay. Okay, go. Love you. Nate made it in. Good to see you, brother. William, good to see you. Good to see you. Don, what's happening? You can... A good place to trade knives. You could try my Discord. Which, thanks for thinking about it. I always try to advertise the Discord. We're about to hit 100 members over there, or we did hit 100. Are we there yet, maybe? We're just a couple people away from hitting 100 over on the Discord. It is completely free. All you need is what you signed up for YouTube with, so you can create your own name or username. And yeah, you don't need much, but it's the GBall Vision Discord. We got pocket checks in there. You can buy, sell, trade. Give me video topics and ideas. I post new videos over there, and it's an all-around good time. It is free to join the Discord. Yeah, I think the Recoil V2 lock will be coming for them. I like the recoil lock myself. Husky made it over. Good to see you. The Limited Beast. Which one did you get? What up, William? Member of the G-Ballers. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Roger, member of the G-Ballers. Good to see you. Make sure I got everyone. Just Nate is a G-Baller, of course. I think we got everybody. If I missed you, just say, yo, moron. Yo, moron, you missed me. I wish they did a all-black Darkwing. I guess the purple will line up well with my purple tentacle knives. I've got to tell you, man, I am a Lakers fan. Not much for, like, purple typically, but the way they did this one, it goes together very well. The all-black blade, the black hardware, I like it. And like I said, I'm not much, it is purple, but it's not like fairy tale purple, if you know what I mean. Especially when you factor in it's got the black blade and hardware. I love the triangular pivot. Yeah, it's a cool knife for sure. I like stuff like that that's different, but still very usable. Griffin is my daily now. Yes. I've turned a ton of people on. She's getting in big trouble. I can hear Mrs. G-Ball yelling. BS, member of the G-Ballers. What is happening? Yeah, the Griffin, I couldn't recommend. If you're looking for a knife that's right around $100, the Griffin will just take your heart away. It's such a good knife. I love it. Nothing feels neglected on that knife whatsoever. Like some companies try to, cheap out on certain spots or whatever, or they overlook a certain deployment or certain something. Nothing is overlooked. Nothing is neglected on the Griffin. It is just, it's superb. And I've had similar to like Spyderco, but a few people who have said that knife looks really uncomfortable. And then I didn't even have to comment back. Other people were like, no, I just got it and it's extremely comfortable. Everyone's hands are going to be different, of course, but Yeah, I have never found the way it's done. The milled clip fits into your hand beautifully. It's got a nice backspacer, like a 70 percenter, almost 3/4 length. And in the standard grip, very comfortable. And then you can, because of this area here, you can basically choke right up behind that edge safely, comfortably. I love it. And then it's got the 5 deployment methods with the fuller cutout, front, rear flipper, and then the button, of course. And then you got multiple ways to disengage it with the liner and the button. So it's a knife you'll never get bored of, that's for sure. I have a serious question. I just started collecting knives. I bought a case for my knives, thinking that I wouldn't outgrow it. Well, I've outgrown it in less than 6 months. I do want to display them. The best way, so I have a video on that whole ordeal. I would accept the fact right away that you won't be able to display all of them unless you like create or customize something. But you can display, certain ones at various times or whatever. But the best way to store your knives, and I'm talking 150 knives in one spot. I have 3 of them myself. Uh, but it's the Harbor Freight wooden tool chest. You can pick them up for like 80 uh, up to like 120, just depending on the time of the year, right? But I'll put a link to a video in the chat. Not that the video is really good, but the video will show you the wood tool chest and how to set it up so you can get a shit ton of knives in there. And like I said, I've bought in 3 of them. It is far and away the best way to store a bunch of knives. Oh, that damn. Picked up a SIG 365 today. Very nice. Here, I'll put a new link in the chat right now. As soon as I put it in there, click on it though, because I think they expire. It's supposed to not expire for 7 days, but it seems to expire like right away. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. In my normal videos, the description one, it's probably outdated. I think I know which beast you're talking about. I'm learning how to play Gimme Back with my bullets. As a matter of fact, let's go do that right now. Well, you can go look at the video, and that'll give you a great reference as to... It is, like I said, it's the best way to store not just your knives, but EDC gear in general. Like if, I have a shitload of knives, but you could store sunglasses, watches, all kinds of stuff in this thing. Your pens, your pry bars, your multi-tools. Like, it's a beautiful setup for someone who's into collecting EDC gear and stuff like that. You're into knives, you're into EDC gear, all that type of stuff. This is, in my opinion, I have a couple of like the hard plastic cases, whatever you want to say. What the hell are they called? Apache and those. I have like 3 of those, maybe 4 of those, but only because I don't have enough room to put any more of these wood tool chests. Right? That's the only reason I have those Apache, Pelican, and then there's some other companies that do them as well. But this thing is sweet. and you can seal it all up, lock it. They send you with 2 keys to lock the bottom and the top. It's got a big carry handle on it. You know, it's built really well. And in these 2 drawers here and in the top, you can stand knives on their spines, you know, and you can fit a shitload of knives. Now, you can do that with these 6 drawers, put a knife on its spine, but it can only be so tall. You know what I mean? Uh, like the TRM Neutron fits just right in there. Some Alton's knives, like knives that are a little skinnier, stuff like the Vina would fit in there standing up. So you could potentially do it with a majority of your knives, but even still, even if they're laying on their backs or whatever, or on their clips, you can still fit anywhere from like 7 to 9 or 10 knives in these smaller drawers. If you watch that video I put in the chat, you'll see exactly how I set it up, and you'll be like, yeah, this is the way. For the amount of money that you spend on them hard cases, which is going to be equivalent to this, okay? Or very similar. You might save 10 or 20 bucks if you go with a certain brand. Regardless, if you can find these for 90 or under, which I think, yeah, they're at 90 right now. And sometimes throughout the year, you can pick them up for 80. And you can fit well over 100 knives, like 150 to, it just depends on the size and how you do it. But well over 100, no question, no problem. So if you think about that, you know, with those Pelican cases and whatnot, you're just not going to get, and they're going to take up damn near the same amount of space, you know, or you're going to need a space to put that down or put the implement down. You might as well get one of those. Now, the Pelicans and whatnot are good for travel. But other than that, the wood cases are the way to go. Like I said, I have 3 of them. Now, I do have also a Caviso display case, which I really like. I have 3 tiers. I don't even know if they still make them. I have 3 tiers to mine. Now this is another good way, but it's not better than the wood chest, but it's a good way also. Just depends on, you know, if you plan on collecting, the wood chest is the way to go. Now I have the top here, and then I got 2 of the storage drawers, which it looks like they're sold out of, sadly. Hopefully they come back. But I have 2 of those, and then I got the top. And that holds a decent amount of knives. Here again, you can put the knives on their spines, and you can fit quite a few in the drawers. I mainly put all my Spydercos, Benchmades, and my Hogues in the top of this part right here. And then I have some like lighters, maybe some Nucks, and some custom pens and stuff in here. But that's another good one. But look at the price. You know, it's good if you want to display some of your stuff. But at 120, unless you already have 1 or 2 of them wood cases, or you really want to be able to show your stuff, the wood, here again, the wood case is the way to go. Per dollar, right? If that's not your concern, if money's not your concern, what some of you got, you know, some of you guys are rolling in the big bucks, all right? So then by all means, grab this and a wood chest. You know what I mean? And that just tells you how much I like these products. I wouldn't tell you about something if I didn't like it to begin with, but I have no affiliation with either of those companies, and that's where I would tell you to go. Uh, is the Harbor Freight wood chest first, and this guy here second. No doubt. No doubt about it. And I can tell you from buying 3 different wood chests at like 3 completely separate times, probably a year apart or so. They're all a little different too. Like one might be a little lighter. It just kind of depends on what they had in at the time or whatever, right? But some of them will be a little lighter, some of them will be a little darker, but they're all really well made. And it is far and away the best way to store all your EDC gear. Multi-tools, knives, watches, pry bars, pens. You know, say you have a couple pens, a couple pry bars, a couple flashlights, a couple of multi-tools, and you have 50 to 100 knives. That wood chest would be perfect for you. You could literally put every single thing you have, EDC wise, right into that chest. And that's how I used to, when I first come around into the knife community back in like 2019 or whatever it was. That was one of the first things I bought was that wood tool chest at Harbor Freight. I was there one day and I was like, shit, this looks like it's a wood tool chest. But I was like, hell, this looks like it could be an awesome knife chest. And I was able to put my all that stuff that I just mentioned in there. All my stuff pretty much was able to go into that box for a certain amount of time. As you keep adding, though, of course, that depletes. But Detroit, what up? If you want to come over to the normal stream, you can, brother. I love my Harbor Freight Windsor case. Oh, you got one, Mick? What's up, Ron? Member of the G Ballers? Do they really? What, smaller wood chests? Or are you talking about those little tiny metal toolboxes? Is that what you're talking about? The little metal ones? That's pretty cool, that locker. That's pretty cool, too, for, like, fixed blades. Not that you need to spend $280 to get one of those, though. That's cool, too. $1,400. Hell, they're high as hell. Or is that what I typed in and then it popped up all that shit? Oh, there we go. What? Oh, you guys ain't looking at the shit. Whoops. My fault. I think that one's a little bigger than the one I'm thinking of. They had like I remember one time I was up there, they had this little, like, almost what you'd think of like a kid's toolbox. But it was all metal and stuff. And I was going to get one. I should have grabbed one. They were like 30 bucks maybe or something. Maybe this is it right here. Oh, here they are. Yeah, this is it. This is it. For like 20 bucks. Yeah. Is this what you're talking about? A little mini toolbox. I'm gonna have to pick one of them up just because. You know what? I'm gonna pick one of them up just because. Next time I'm up there, see? They also, yeah. Okay. Need more knives. Yep, that's the way to do it. I bought a display case on Amazon. Yeah, they got some decent ones on there as well. Oh yeah, easy. I mean, like I said, I've done it 3 times. I think I've gotten 2 of my wood chests for 80, and then I think another time I paid like 100. But I think you can mainly get them now for 80 to 90, all day. Yo, G, is it worth it getting the Primo Griffin or the budget one still good? Yeah, I would have no hesitation about getting the budget Griffin. That's what we got right here. For 95 bucks, you can get a hand satin, beautiful G10 with a carbon fiber inlay on both sides, titanium pocket clip that's reversible, button liner lock with access to the liner. The front and rear flippers are incredible. The cutout and fuller work really good. Yeah, unless you're insanely concerned about the performance of your blade, uh, no, the budget one would be the way to go. I'm a bit nostalgic. I have 4,500 more DVDs and box sets that take up so much room. Damn. Yeah, we have a big thing of movies too. Not quite that many. I used to have a lot of movies myself, but sold them all for other stuff. But yeah, and we don't even really watch them ever. Yeah, see, and that's the thing. You can use that display one for like the stuff you carry more routinely or the stuff that you plan on carrying more routinely. And then the wood chest you can just use for your overflow, your storage, whatever. And then you can just rotate knives, to and fro. My wife got me that wood chest as a surprise for my 50th, and she knows nothing about knife collecting. Oh, yeah, I think I remember you telling me that. Yeah, that's a hell of a pickup, dude. That is a hell of a pickup. Oh, I'm not seeing any other ones, at least on their site. Unless I'm not looking in the right spot. What up, crazy? Yeah, maybe they're just not on their website. Yeah, might not be on the website. Let's see here. I'll just go to my Harbor Freight and scope that bad boy out, see if I can find one. I have one of those mini toolboxes. They are awesome. Yeah, for 20 bucks, I'm gonna be picking myself up one. I might actually pick up a couple, and this brick has like a shelf to it all the way down, obviously. Maybe I'll pick up one or two to put back there. I have it pretty empty right now. Just got the AK back there, and then a light over there with a vase or whatever the hell that is. Uh, yeah, this room has changed a ton. If you go back and watch some of the old, we actually used to sit at a different spot at the table, two different spots actually. It used to be on the other side, or it used to be on this side, facing that way. Then it switched to that side for a while, and then it switched to this side. Uh, yeah, we've been through a lot of changes here. The background's been through a lot of changes. That'll finally get. That'll finally be close to being done Sunday, Monday time, which I'm pretty stoked about, I gotta say. It's not going to be completely done, but it'll be done to the point where I can pretty much change things around quite a bit, which I'm pretty stoked about. Yeah, the Griffin is sweet. We're doing, if you're in the vertical, you can come over, go to my homepage, and go to the other live stream. Although I'm going to have to pop off here shortly. Oh, maybe it's not something they produce anymore. That could be possible if you got it that long ago. That would have been dope, though. I would have definitely picked one of them up. So from what I know, there's the mini Griffin, which I recommend if you like even a, if you like a little larger knife, I would definitely go with the full size Griffin. Because it's bigger, and you get access to the liner with these Griffins. Now, I've talked with the owner and said the minis need to have that as well. So I'm hopefully they'll soon, the minis will have access to, but they restock these now, and you can pick up the hand satin. They're all the same price. So you can pick up the hand satin with the carbon fiber inlays. Purple anodized liner and backspacer. They got a black wash two-tone with carbon fiber, black G10, and the gold liners, and that one's a pretty good looking one. And then they got this black washed one with carbon fiber G10, all neutral. And then this is the other one that I have that's, it'll be given, it's gone away, we'll say. But this one also has a hand satin G10 on G10 combo. Awesome combination right there. So that would be my two choices between these two right here. I'm a sucker for that hand satin. And then I think this looks dope as shit, but I could definitely see going with something else, but still has that hand satin. So that would be a really cool way to go as well. Vizino is in the live stream on the vertical. What is happening, Vizino? If you'd like, you can come over to the other stream. We got a couple streams going on right now. Good to see Vizino Knives in the vertical. How are you doing? Let's see here. Roger, remember the G-Ballers. What's happening? Two Griffins equal yum. Yeah, I guess technically we got three live streams running. But you don't have to come over to the normal stream, but you're more than welcome. If you click on my channel icon, it'll take you to my homepage, and then you can come into the other stream, and that's where we sort of have a party going. Hope everything's all right, Lion. Keep us posted. The Yakuza is sweet, blessed. Oh, no matter which one you were to check out. All right, Rams. It was good to see you, buddy. Have a good night. Holy smokes, Danny B coming in with a $20 G-Baller holler. Happy Saturday, ballers. We were just talking about you a little bit ago in the channel logos. There's a day one G-Baller right there. Danny B, member of the Visionaires. Appreciate you, brother man. Good to see you. You at work tonight? Good to see you, man. Thank you for the 20 G-Baller dollars. Really appreciate that, man. Your undying love for the channel does not go unnoticed. Love you, bud. Appreciate it. Looks like they just added a new joint here. Whoa now. The Hunter. What? In S90V. In S90V. What? Ooh, that thing is so sweet. What the hell? Oh. Oh, man. That thing is beautiful. Beautiful. Look at that shit. Oh, man. The Viper. Damn. What up, Dan? Over in the vertical. If you want to click on my icon, you can come over to the other stream, subscribe, and come over to the other stream. There's a couple more people over here. Couple more people. Thanks again, Dan. Appreciate that, Ron. Thanks, Casey. Have a good night, buddy. Thanks for hanging out. Hopefully do it again next Saturday. Ah, that sucks, Danny. That sucks, man. What about next weekend? Are you off next Saturday? See here. Can we get this set up without going crazy? Oh, they're not on both sides? I thought they was. Or am I tripping? Oh, no, it's smooth. Okay, that's why my brain... Okay. Ooh, I like that, though. Look at that, how they cut out for the clip. Oh, it won't let me... What the hell? You see that, though? You gotta love Katuo. Oh, I guess you ain't even looking at it, dummy. Today's carry is the TRM Neutron titanium scales, Null Raiden R2 and Magna Cut with titanium scales, Gerber multi-tool, Big Idea design, titanium pen, and a fossil watch for Ronnie Dobbins. That's a hell of a setup, brother, man. I like it. I do wish the inlay was on both sides. However, because it's a smooth lock side, I kind of don't mind it as much. If you get what I mean there. That's really cool how they did this. And the pivot area is sick. What the hell's going on? Can you still hear me? Oh, there we go. Okay. Are we back? We back, Jack? All right, we should be back. Okay. We should be. If this will load here. Why is it still saying that's not showing? That's not true. Oh, okay. It was showing. All right. I forgot there's a delay. Yep, off next weekend doing my daughter's 15th, but we'll be free for your stream. Oh, sweet. Happy birthday. She's another April baby. Hell yeah. That is sweet. Happy birthday to little Danny B. Oh, shoot. The stream's kicking it. The internet might be going again. Hey there, G. Can you tell me, because I've been wanting to know how you came up with GBall and what's the meaning behind the name? Hey, Dan, if you want to come over to the horizontal stream, you're more than welcome to, buddy. But, are we back on the normal stream yet? Well, GBall has been my nickname since I was in junior high, pretty much. It's a play off of my name. And then it took a while, it took a lot of thought to come up with what I actually wanted the channel name to be. I didn't want to just throw something not, no offense to those people who do that or whatever, but I wanted to have my own thing. So instead of doing knives or EDC or gear or whatever, I wanted GBall Vision to just be its own thing, and that encompasses all of it, right? So if you see, I wanted to be at the point where if you saw my name, you knew what the channel was about. So I'm hoping that someday happens. What the hell is going on here? Why is that not showing up? Am I showing up now or no? Are we back in? Are we back in or what the hell is going on? I think my internet's like wigging out right now. Like wigging out. Mr. Mouse, what's happening? Are we in or no? I was talking to the vertical people. Oh, damn, Lion. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, family first, for sure. Okay, it looks like we're back. Okay, we are back. Good. So, Dan over in the vertical asked, how I came up with the name for the channel. I don't know if anybody heard that part or not. Probably not. But, okay, so we're here. And you can hear me. And you can see me. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what happened. The internet just wigged out. Like, wigged out. Which ain't abnormal. We're probably getting attacked or something. But that's my nickname has always been GBall since I was in junior high. It's a play off my actual name. And then the vision part just came through various thought as to, I wanted to come up with something that was my own thing. I didn't want it to be like G-Ball's knives or G-Ball's gear or EDC or whatever. I wanted it to be a standalone, something else that, it stands by itself. Like when you see it, you know that it's knives or gear without it being in the name. You know what I mean? So I wanted it to be original, its own thing. So that's my nickname and then my vision for, and you can, it kind of works both ways. I was gonna originally, I had it boiled down to like 2 or 3 names. It was GBall Vision, GBall's Vision, and then I think I had one other one that made it to like the final 3. And ultimately, I landed on GBall Vision, and basically, my vision, my outlook on whatever it is we're taking a look at, and or how I see things, through my eyes, whatever it is we're talking about, knives, gear, just my thought on it, my outlook on it, my vision. So it can kind of go a couple different ways. Yep, I was called G Balls for many years. G Ball, G Balls, Gweggy, Greggy, uh, many nicknames, but asshole, jackass, all kinds of nicknames through high school. But yeah, G Ball was the nickname other than Gweggy, Smeg, Meg, and that type of thing. So what we're gonna do here, you guys kept me after for an extra 30 minutes, you lucky dogs. You lucky dogs. Yeah, now I have even more nicknames, to be honest with you. G Balls, G Busy, GB, G Busy Balls, Gweggy Balls, all kinds of good stuff. So what we're going to do here is, so hopefully that answers your question, Dan Radman. Yeah, survival's allowed. Survival's allowed. So what we're going to do is draw for, we got a Trivisa Dragonfly, which I guess I better show this stuff, huh? We got a 14C 28N contoured micarta, black wash finish, Deep carry clip, recessed and reversible. Nice sharpening choil. Really good crossbar lock action. Nice and snappy. And as we talked about earlier, Trivisa does a killer job with their own designs. They do their own designs and their own OEM work. And then we have a brand new Real Steel Iris with the rear flipper that I'm going to toss in with that bad boy. So anybody who's a member is going to be allowed to enter, which you already should have done, because we're getting ready to run that joint right now. And that'll be the givey for tonight. That'll be the givey. All right. Now we're back in black, baby. Back in black. Everyone's in. Forever hold your peace. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 2, 5, 1, 3, 0. Okay. Good for you guys. You all finally made it. You all finally made it. What up, Sperana? Over in the vertical. Good to see you. All right. This will be for the Trivisa Dragonfly and the Real Steel, whatever I said that was called, the Iris. I got a lot of names in my head, all right? And I'm like a freaking iTunes with knives. But sometimes, like, I just have a brain fart, you know? Sometimes it just goes right out the window. Just goes right out the window. Good luck, everybody. Next weekend, we'll probably be celebrating 24K. And then not long after that, hopefully, we'll be celebrating 25K. And we'll be celebrating the 5K over on the other channel, the second channel. And hold on, before we draw this, can we, I'm going to get a link for my other channel. Oh yeah, before I do that, I want to do this. I want to do this, and I want to do that. Oh, I got to be on my other channel. Shoot. Hold on a second. Sadly, whoever wins this isn't going to make it in, because I'm going to run this. What up, Mateuson? What up? Well, what I'm going to do over, I think we're about to hit 20 members over on the other channel as well, without the gifted. But we're going to gift 5 over there for the survival channel. We got Sean Rudder, James Wysocki, John Taylor, Chris Lopez, and Darkwater Actual, all becoming members of the GBall Vision Survival. Congratulations. Oh, by the way, yeah, that's what I was getting at. I wanted to do that as well. But if you're not subscribed over to GBall Vision Survival, which is my other channel, backup channel, I've had lots of people think that was someone trying to imitate me and that wasn't me. That is me. That's me. What up, Jeremy? Good to see you. Good to see you. Okay. Now we are running. Now we're running and gunning. What up, Robert? Please play the song Superstars by J Rocks. If you subscribe, I will. If you subscribe, I will. I'm just kidding. I'm not playing those songs. YouTube will kill me in my sleep if I play a song on the channel. All right, here we go. 69 schmeckins on the clock. Good luck to all of you. Here we go. We got the roller up. Good luck, everybody. All my beautiful G-ballers. All you beautiful G-ballers out there. We got 69 seconds on the clock. Red Bull. Did I see JB live or was I tripping? Was I tripping? Anyone know? I could be. There was once I got a bunch of shrooms, like a couple ounces, and I got rid of a bunch, but then I kept like a 10.5 sack for myself. And I was eating mushrooms, and I would trip into thinking I didn't eat any, and I kept eating them. And before I knew it, I had ate like 9 grams in a couple of hours. And it was a rough night. J. Corsaden. Corskaden. Long time G-baller right there. Congratulations. You lucky dog, you just won yourself a Trivisa Dragonfly and a Real Steel Iris. Congratulations, buddy. You know how to get a hold of me. Shoot me an email, GBall Vision @outlook.com. @outlook.com. Oh, why'd he go live so early? What the deal? What's the deal? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'd love to sit here and talk to myself some more, but I can only talk to myself for so long. You know, it's not something, this isn't something I ever thought I would be doing. That is for sure. I hated to hear myself. I didn't talk unless, well, in most cases, I didn't talk unless there was something that needed to be said. Or unless I felt like acting like an idiot. But being like getting pictures, videos, being on camera, talking, stuff like that, it's just something, not because I was scared necessarily, just because I didn't want to, Oh, he's out on a show. What's up, Seppi? Member of the G-Ballers. Good to see ya. That's going to wrap it up, ladies and gentlemen. I had a blast with all of you. If everything goes as planned, we'll hopefully have a Tac Pack vertical live stream this week here coming up. Jay coming in with a $5 G-Baller holler here at the end of the show. Thanks, Greg, and everyone. Much appreciated. Thank you, buddy. A little shipping and handling money there. $5 G-Baller holler is always appreciated. Thank you for your undying love and support for the channel. Yeah, too many mushrooms. Yeah, it's been a while, but I've been there, done that. Thanks, Jay. Thank you, Danny B. Thank you, Mick, and everyone else who gifted a membership. Anyone who became a member. Glad to have you a part of the G-Ballers. I hope you had a good time. And we'll hopefully be back doing this same thing next Saturday, celebrating 24K. And I will see all of you guys on the next one. Vertical people, peace out. I'm out of here. Salute to all of you. I'm outie. Have a good night. Wait. Wait for what? Wait for what? He did. Thank you very much. He sure did. And yours as well. I'm going to do a little celebration over in the other chat. Anybody in the vertical who's still here, we always do a horizontal as well. So that's why this chat, this stream seems so dead. Everybody gets directed over to the horizontal. I'm outie. Peace out. Love you guys. Make sure you subscribe. Peace out.